Let me ask you something personal. Do you ever find yourself lying in bed at midnight, staring at the ceiling, wondering why sleep just won't come, even though your body feels heavy and tired? Or maybe it's the opposite. You drift off too early in the evening, only to wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning, sitting in the dark, feeling wide awake when the rest of the world is still asleep. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. After 70, many people notice their sleep patterns changing. And it can leave you asking, what time should I really be going to bed if I want to feel rested, healthy, and full of energy the next day? Now, here's why this question matters more than most people realize. Sleep isn't just about closing your eyes and passing time until morning. It's your body's natural repair shop. When you sleep well, your heart gets the chance to rest, your brain clears out toxins that affect memory, and your muscles rebuild strength. But when sleep is off, even just by a few hours, it can affect everything: your energy, your mood, your balance, even how sharp your mind feels. That's why doctors pay close attention to sleep timing in older adults. Because after 70, your bedtime isn't just about when you feel tired, it's about supporting your overall health, protecting your memory, and even lowering risks for problems like high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart disease. So in this video, we're going to dig into what doctors actually advise. We'll look at the best time to go to bed after 70, why sleeping at the right hour can make such a big difference, and the simple habits you can use to finally wake up feeling refreshed instead of drained. By the end, you'll know how something as simple as adjusting your bedtime can become one of the most powerful tools for better health in your later years. But before we dive in, I want to hear from you. What's your sleep style? Do you consider yourself more of an early bird, tucked in and asleep before the late-night news? Or are you a night owl, still wide awake while everyone else has gone to bed? Drop it in the comments below. Type early bird or night owl. I'd love to see where you fall, and I bet you'll be surprised by how many people share your routine. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Tips, because here, we share life-changing insights to help you age not just gracefully, but powerfully, with the clarity, dignity, and health you deserve. Let's start with something that surprises a lot of people: the way your natural body clock changes after 70. Imagine this: a grandfather who once loved staying up late, maybe watching old westerns or catching a late-night ball game, suddenly can't keep his eyes open past 9 o'clock. He nods off in his chair before the show even ends. At first, the family teases him about getting older. But here's the truth: this isn't laziness. It's not weakness. It's biology. Doctors tell us that as we age, our circadian rhythm, that's our internal body clock, shifts earlier. What this means is that your body naturally starts to feel sleepy earlier in the evening, and it naturally wants to wake up earlier in the morning. It's not a bad habit, and it's not something to be embarrassed about. It's simply the way the body works with time. But here's where many seniors run into problems. Instead of listening to their body, they try to fight it. They push themselves to stay awake because they don't want to seem too old, or they want to match the schedule of younger family members. You might hear someone say, "I'll stay up until midnight, just like I used to." But forcing your body to ignore its signals often leads to tossing and turning, restless nights, and shallow sleep that never feels truly restorative. The key here isn't to fight against your body's natural rhythm, it's to work with it. And that starts with honoring your bedtime. For most people over 70, doctors recommend aiming for a consistent bedtime between 9 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. That's when your body's melatonin, the sleep hormone, reaches its peak. Going to bed during this window gives you the best chance of slipping into deep, healing rest, the kind that restores your mind and body. Think of it this way: if you go to bed when your body is actually ready, you're not forcing sleep, you're allowing it. And that's when sleep does its best work, repairing cells, clearing the brain, and giving your heart the rest it needs. But here's the thing: bedtime is only half of the equation. The other half is just as important. How long should you actually be sleeping after 70? And the answer may surprise you. You may know someone who proudly says, "Oh, I only need 4 hours of sleep, and I'm fine." Maybe you've even said it yourself at one point. It can almost feel like a badge of honor, like you're proving you're tougher than the rest. But let me ask you this, is that really healthy after 70? Doctors say no. In fact, cutting your sleep short in your later years comes at a cost, even if you don't notice it right away. Research shows that most people over 70 need between 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night to function at their best. And when sleep dips below 6 hours on a regular basis, the risks start to climb, memory becomes foggy, reaction times slow down, and your heart feels the strain. Even blood pressure and blood sugar can be affected when the body doesn't get enough deep rest. Now here's where a common misunderstanding comes in. Many seniors think, well, I can make up for it with naps during the day. And yes, naps can be refreshing, sometimes even necessary, but naps don't provide the same kind of restorative sleep you get at night. See, daytime sleep is usually lighter. It doesn't give you those long stretches of deep, slow-wave sleep that clear your mind, repair your body, and restore your energy. So while a nap might take the edge off your tiredness, it cannot fully replace the deep healing that only comes from a solid night's rest. This is why it's so important not to just focus on when you go to bed, but also on the total number of restful hours you're giving yourself. Think of sleep like water for a plant. If you only give it a quick sprinkle here and there, it may survive, but it won't thrive. It needs a full, steady soak to truly grow strong. Your body works the same way. You don't just need pieces of rest scattered throughout the day, you need that long, steady stretch of sleep at night. So if you've been living on 5 hours and convincing yourself it's enough, it might be time to rethink that habit. Your body, your brain, and even your heart will thank you. Of course, sleep length is only part of the story. The timing of sleep matters just as much. Because after 70, going to bed too late can actually rob you of the most important kind of rest. So let's talk about why late-night sleep can be harmful, even if you're still getting 7 or 8 hours. Think of your body like a garden. If you water that garden at the wrong time, say, in the blazing heat of the afternoon, the soil can't absorb the water properly. Most of it evaporates, and the plants don't get the nourishment they need. But when you water at the right time, in the cool of the morning or evening, the soil drinks it in, and the plants thrive. Sleep works in a very similar way. When you go to bed too late, especially after midnight, you rob your body of its most powerful healing cycles. Doctors explain that the earliest hours of sleep, usually between about 9 p.m. and 2 a.m., are when your body enters its deepest, most restorative sleep. This is the kind of sleep that repairs your cells, strengthens your immune system, and clears toxins from the brain that could otherwise build up and affect memory. If you miss that window by staying up too late, even if you still manage 7 hours, the quality of your rest won't be the same. Now, here's where a lot of people get caught up. Seniors sometimes assume, well, if I go to bed at 1 in the morning and sleep until 8, that's still 7 hours. That should be fine, right? But studies say otherwise. Sleep taken at the wrong end of the night often skips or shortens those deeper sleep stages. The hours may add up on paper, but the healing is incomplete. It's like pouring water into sand. It looks like you're giving enough, but almost nothing is absorbed. So, what can you do about it? The solution is gentle, not forced. Try winding down earlier, ideally starting around 9 p.m. Dim the lights in your home to signal your brain that night is approaching. Put away screens that blast blue light and confuse your body clock. Instead, choose calming activities, soft music, quiet reading, light stretching, or even a warm cup of caffeine-free tea. These small cues train your body to recognize, this is my time to rest. And when you go to bed aligned with your body's natural rhythm, sleep comes more easily, and it does more good for your health. But here's the challenge. What if you do go to bed early, just like the doctors recommend, and you still find yourself wide awake in the middle of the night, staring at the clock? That's one of the most common struggles after 70, and it can be incredibly frustrating. So let's talk about it. For many, it happens at the same time, over and over, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. The house is quiet, the world is still, and there you are, wide awake, staring at the ceiling, wishing you could just drift back off. It can feel frustrating, and for some, even a little isolating. Why does this happen? Doctors point to a few common reasons. As we age, the body produces less melatonin, that's the hormone that helps regulate sleep. With lower levels, sleep can become lighter, which means you're more likely to wake up during the night. Bathroom trips also play a big role. The bladder isn't as strong as it once was, and those nightly visits can easily break your rest. And sometimes, underlying conditions like sleep apnea or even chronic pain quietly interfere with your ability to stay asleep, even if you manage to fall asleep quickly at the start of the night. Now here's where many people make a mistake. They wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, and they stay in bed tossing, turning, and worrying about the fact that they're awake. They stare at the clock, count the hours until morning, and the stress builds with every passing minute. But this actually makes the problem worse. The more anxious you get about not sleeping, the harder it becomes to fall back asleep. It becomes a cycle: wake up, worry, toss and turn, and by morning, you feel even more exhausted. So what's the better approach? If you've been awake for more than about 20 minutes, get out of bed. Don't turn on bright lights or reach for your phone, those will wake your brain up even more. Instead, choose a calming activity. Maybe it's listening to soft, soothing music. Maybe it's sitting in a quiet chair with a dim lamp and reading a few pages of a light book. Some people find gentle breathing exercises helpful. The idea is to give your body a chance to relax again without forcing it. Then, when you start to feel drowsy, return to bed. And don't forget the basics: keep your bedroom cool, dark, and comfortable. Even small changes, like blackout curtains to block early morning light, or lowering the room temperature just a bit, can make a big difference in whether you stay asleep or keep waking up. Dealing with night wakings can be challenging, but it's not hopeless. With a few changes and a calm approach, you can break the cycle and get back to the restful nights your body needs. And all of this leads us to one final, but very powerful truth: your daily habits, the things you do while the sun is still up, have just as much impact on your bedtime and the quality of your sleep as what you do at night. Have you ever noticed how just a short walk in the afternoon can make you sleep more deeply at night? It's not your imagination. What you do during the day, your habits, your routines, your choices, directly shape how well you sleep when the evening comes. Doctors say that sleep doesn't begin the moment your head hits the pillow. It actually begins the moment you wake up in the morning. From the very first light you see, to the food you eat, to the way you move your body throughout the day, each of those things sends signals to your brain about when it should feel awake and when it should feel tired. Let's start with movement. Exercise doesn't have to be heavy or exhausting to make a difference. A simple stroll around the block, some light gardening, or a gentle stretching routine in the afternoon can do wonders. Physical activity helps regulate your internal clock, makes you naturally more tired at night, and even improves the quality of your deep sleep. The body loves routine, and when it gets that little boost of movement during the day, it rewards you with better rest when evening comes. Light is another powerful factor, and many people underestimate it. Your brain is designed to respond to natural sunlight. Getting outside in the morning or early afternoon, even if only for 15 to 20 minutes, tells your internal clock, this is daytime, stay awake. That clear message during the day allows your body to also know when it's truly night, which makes falling asleep in the evening so much smoother. Without that sunlight, your body can get confused, and that's when sleep becomes scattered and unpredictable. Eating patterns play a role too. Many seniors enjoy heavy dinners or late-night snacks, but these can actually disrupt sleep. When your stomach is busy digesting at bedtime, your body can struggle to fully relax into deep rest. Doctors suggest keeping dinners lighter and finishing them a few hours before sleep, so the body can focus on repair, not digestion. And of course, there's caffeine. A morning coffee is fine for most people, but caffeine lingers in the body far longer than we think. That afternoon cup of tea, or even a piece of chocolate in the evening, may still be active in your system hours later. For better sleep, try limiting caffeine after noon. It's a simple change, but one that can make a world of difference. Here's the biggest misconception: many people believe sleep is all about what happens at night, whether you have the right pillow, whether the bedroom is dark, or whether you shut off the TV before bed. And yes, those things matter, but the truth is, sleep is a 24-hour process. The choices you make in the morning and afternoon build the foundation for whether your night will be restful or restless. So if you're serious about improving your bedtime after 70, don't just think about the evening. Think about the whole day. Step outside and get some natural light. Move your body, even gently. Keep your meals balanced and light in the evening. These little shifts may seem small, but together, they guide your body into a natural rhythm where a 9 to 10 p.m. bedtime feels effortless instead of forced. And all of this brings us to something even deeper. Beyond the science, beyond the routines, there's an emotional side to sleep that often goes unspoken. Because after all this information, the question becomes, what does it mean for you, and for the people who love you? It can be difficult to accept that your body needs a new rhythm after 70. For so many years, you might have lived with one schedule. Late nights, early mornings, or busy routines that didn't leave much space for rest. And now, as the years add up, you may notice that sleep doesn't come the way it used to. You lie down and feel restless. You wake up in the middle of the night. Or you find yourself ready to close your eyes far earlier than you ever expected. It can feel frustrating, even unfair, like your body is betraying you somehow. But here's the truth: you are not broken. This isn't weakness. This is your body's wisdom speaking to you. Instead of seeing it as a limitation, what if you saw it as your body's way of guiding you toward better health and longer-lasting energy? Sleep patterns change because your body is asking for what it truly needs. It's asking you to slow down earlier, to align with nature's rhythm, and to give yourself the gift of healing rest. Think of it this way: for decades, you may have pushed yourself, carrying responsibilities, working late, staying up for family or commitments. But now, your body is gently nudging you, saying, "You've given enough, now let me take care of you." That shift isn't something to resist. It's something to honor. So tonight, instead of fighting it, try listening. If you feel tired earlier than usual, don't ignore it. Don't force yourself to stay awake just to watch another show or scroll through one more page. Give yourself permission to go to bed when your body calls for it, even if it's earlier than you're used to. You might be surprised by how refreshed you feel in the morning. And remember this: sleep isn't wasted time. It's not unproductive. It's the most important gift you can give yourself. During those quiet hours, your brain is clearing out toxins, your heart is finding relief, your muscles are repairing, and your immune system is growing stronger. Sleep is your body's natural medicine. It heals, it refreshes, it restores, and it prepares you for tomorrow. So instead of looking at sleep as a problem, begin to see it as a friend. A loyal friend that has been with you all your life, sometimes ignored, sometimes taken for granted, but always there, quietly working for your good. Let it do its work now. Because with each restful night, you're not just adding hours, you're adding energy, clarity, and peace to the days ahead. Let's bring everything together. What time should the elderly go to bed after 70? Doctors suggest between 9 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. This is the sweet spot when your body's natural melatonin is highest and your circadian rhythm is ready to rest. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, because anything less than 6 hours can slowly drain your memory, your energy, and even your heart health. Avoid the trap of late nights, because pushing your body past midnight robs you of the deepest, most healing stages of rest. And when those frustrating night wakings come, handle them wisely. Don't stay in bed tossing and turning, give your body a chance to reset with something calm, then return to sleep. Most importantly, remember that sleep isn't just about bedtime, it's about the choices you make during the day. Gentle exercise, sunlight, mindful meals, and less caffeine after noon all work together to support a healthy, natural rhythm. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What time do you usually go to bed, and how has it affected your energy the next day? Do you notice more clarity, less fatigue, or even a brighter mood when you rest earlier? Or perhaps you found little evening routines that help you settle into sleep. Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might be exactly what another viewer needs to hear to make a positive change in their own life. And if this video has helped you, I'd love you to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Tips. This channel is dedicated to sharing practical advice, heartfelt guidance, and simple strategies to help you or your loved ones live healthier, happier senior years. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Remember, your body is wise, and sleep is one of its greatest gifts. So tonight, give yourself permission to rest, to heal, and to wake up stronger tomorrow. Sleep well, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.